George Kittle there to make the grab. And the Vikings are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On first down, Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now back to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's got... be out of bounds right at midfield.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that play will go nowhere. Lose midfield at the 49. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Inside handoff, Henry. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They keep it with Henry on first down. 63 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, Garoppolo.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw.
This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Garoppolo's throw complete to Dotson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Garoppolo. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Garoppolo now. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive.
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
There's Garoppolo to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. George Kittle Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point safely through. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On second down at 4, Hurts. And here he's got Grant. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Hurts. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Henry will score. Touchdown, Packers. Well, the pass interference called on the previous play, that set him up nicely for that 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize from a yard out. Plenty of barking from the sideline about the call, naturally so. But maybe you have to quit barking a little bit and focus on the next play. Their focus wasn't there, and they gave up the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now out comes Minnesota. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A big pickup of 38.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Garoppolo again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Hurts throw taken in by Evans here.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
They'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown! K.J. Hamler, 46 yards.
And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Vikings.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for a coach to get a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw.
For the out route, he's got it, complete to Kittle.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a touchdown, Vikings. George Kittle, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that is incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. Joe Mixon, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Note the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know that.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime, But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And that's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
They go play action with Hurts.
And this one is incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
Taken in at the 22. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Brown. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Returnable for Grant. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To try again after the sack.
Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flushed out right. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
2nd down and 7.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit.
Dropped.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Henry again on second down.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Hurts.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a... Three and out.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Henry running right. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And this one too low.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Evans.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give Henry another shot, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 70.
And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive spans 13 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And this one will be brought back. to the 22.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Touchdown, Packers! Zach Ertz, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time.
Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie from 17 yards out.
And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he's going to have the hook up to QT.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Garoppolo. And that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Pickett now on first down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
And this is caught by Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Connor is in. Touchdown, Packers. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. With this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw is Garoppolo.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. There's Garoppolo to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Garoppolo.
He's going to have the first down and then some.
Touchdown! Marquise Brown from 19 yards away.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Again, McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. The 40. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Garoppolo now. On the screen, complete to Spiller. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They start with a give to Connor. And he's got room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. Gets around him, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.